The rate at which our plastic manufacturing has increased has been phenomenal. It's doubled about every year. And in a really recent study, it only came out this year, they're estimating that we've now produced worldwide around 8 billion tonnes of plastic. Of that, the vast majority of it has become waste. So it's not recycled, it's not still in use, it's not been incinerated, it's trash. And that trash is either in landfills or it's littering the environment. And if it's littering in the environment, ultimately it ends up in our oceans.
Seeing the plastic pollution here, there and everywhere, wherever I visit and travel is it's quite sad really, but it's a global problem and that's why I'm involved in trying to tackle it. For future generations, we need to raise the awareness for people to stop using the plastics that are basically a single-use plastic, which are used once and then thrown away. I pretty much end up in the bin and then rubbish dumps get blown around the land and then end up in the oceans.
The latest estimates put it somewhere between 4 and 12 million tonnes of plastic entering the ocean each year. Now that's a really difficult number to sort of get your head around. So as we're talking about the oceans, we've translated that into blue whales. That's equivalent to around 20,000 to 60,000 blue whales worth of plastic entering the ocean every year. Now, in comparison, the best estimates are there's only around 10 to 25,000 blue whales in the ocean. So every year we're at least equaling and possibly adding up to 3 to 6 times the amount of weight in plastic of blue whales. I think that's really quite worrying.
I've got 2 kids now and they're going to grow up into a world of more litter and the beaches aren't going to be as nice for them to use. You know, I've grown up with great beaches with no litter on, and in the 40, 50 years since plastic has been about, it's horrendous. There's tons and tons and tons going into the oceans every day, and I'm just worried about the fact that my kids are going to grow up into a world of danger and hazards when they visit the beach. There won't be the marine life there on the shores that they can go and visit and see, because with the plastic breakdown, when it breaks down, it goes into the tiny particles and it's ingested by seabirds and mammals, and they're ultimately dying, so it's going to reduce all the animals that are there at the shoreline and coastal environments, and it's just going to be like a rubbish dump on the beach.
By the middle of the century, there will be a greater weight of plastic in the oceans than there is marine life. Think of it at the level of you're a small fish looking for food and there's as much plastic there for you to go at as there is your prey species. That's a future I don't want to see, and I think it's one that we need to work very hard to ensure that we avoid. I don't want to be alarmist, but I think the consequences of that much plastic in the ocean could be quite catastrophic for marine ecosystems and ultimately for us. You know, if you think about the proportion of the world's population that directly depends on marine ecosystems for their well-being, for their livelihood, for their sustenance, then the consequences of the ongoing stresses, multiple stresses we're putting in the marine environment, adding that much plastic to the mix does not make for a happy answer.